Are you curious what Michael Burry is investing in right now? Well, here we are. It's June of 2022, and he's got 12 positions according to his most recent 13F filing at Scion Asset Management, and I'm going to take you into it right now. Okay? What's going on, everybody? It's John here. I do videos on investing. I also have done 700 plus short and medium-term vacation rentals, short-term rentals, medium rentals, whatever you want to call them. And I'm doing a lot more content on that area, as well as going to be coming out with new programs and services in that realm of short and medium-term vacation rentals. Okay, everybody, I did a video recently on Michael Burry and 3 positions that he has. One of them is a massive put, and then the other 2 that he actually did purchases on. So today what we're going to do is we're going to go into the 13F filing. The most recent filing was actually in May of 2022 for everything up until the quarter ending first quarter, March 31st of 2022. So Michael Burry and his Scion Asset Management has 12 positions, and I'm going to go ahead and show you that 13F right now. Are you ready? All right, let's go check it out. Okay, here we go. So as you can see, this is 13f.info, and this is Scion Asset Management, notable person Michael Burry, holdings as of March 31st, 2022. Value is 200 million. Number of holdings 12. The actual date it was filed is May 16th, and the previous filing before that was February 14th, which was for the ending of the year 2021. All right, here we go. So we have a massive position here. $35 million put on Apple. So he's got a huge put position. They've got a huge put position on Apple. As you can see, and then that is 18% of their portfolio. So that is a massive bet against Apple. Kind of crazy. I don't know, if you ask me, that's pretty wild. But anyway, the next one is Bristol Myers Squibb, 11% of their portfolio. Then we've got Booking Holdings. Booking Holdings is kind of a new position of his. If you take a look at the other video that I do, which I will link to it in the description area of this video, but basically I talked about 3 positions. One of them was the Apple put I just told you about, and the other 2 were Facebook and Google. So even since that video, Booking Holdings is new for, well, actually not since the video, but he's been talking a little bit more about Booking Holdings. Then we've got Discovery at 9.3%. We got Alphabet, Google at 9%. Then we've got Signacorp, Meta Platforms, Facebook, as everybody knows it, but now their stock symbol is Meta. And Meta's at 8.8%. Then we've got Oventive Inc., 8.1%, Nexstar Media Group 7.1%, Stellantis 4.8%, Global Payments Inc. 4.5%, and then Sportsman's Holdings. Sportsman's Holdings at about 1%. So there you go. That is Michael Burry and his Scion Asset Management for everybody. Basically, certainly Michael Burry is worth a lot of money, and he's done well over the years, certainly from his enormous short against the subprime mortgage industry, back from the mid-2000s, 2005 area. But his put against Apple seems to be a bit aggressive. If you actually take a look at the financials, what we can do is I did do some recent financials on Apple, so let's take a look. All right, so I'm going to take you into the handy-dandy spreadsheet here and take a little bit of a closer look at Apple. All right, so if you take a look here, really what this is, everybody. So here it is. It's pretty much the last few days of spring here, almost summer, in the middle of June of 2022. I kind of stopped doing videos for a while and basically didn't do a lot of these financials. So I'm kind of getting back to some of these numbers. So if you take a look at the trailing 12-month revenues of Apple, the most recently reported trailing 12 months of revenues is 386,017. I don't, and then basically what you do is if we take a look at The 12 months ended in 2020 because 2021, obviously, it's only a couple months ago, so I don't think that's a very fair comparison. What I like to do is I like to take a look at a minimum of a 1 year difference in the year-over-year revenue growth rate, right? So if you take a look at those figures of the 2020 revenues at 274 and then the most recently reported 12-month trailing revenues for Apple at 386.017 billion, right? They still have a 40%. That's a 40% growth rate when you compare those revenue numbers, right? And then also we've got a very healthy gross profit margin of 43% with Apple, where their most recently reported gross profit is 167. And then you take a look at their figure, and again, these numbers aren't all updated, but what I can tell you is that the market cap at Apple's basically the largest company in the world, right? At basically almost 2.2 trillion, and even with their gross profit, their market cap to gross profit, I do look at this number quite a bit in terms of taking a look at what the what the gross profits are, and then dividing that figure into their market cap. And even as attractive as the numbers are for Facebook and Google, because the market's come down so much, even Google, Alphabet Google, whatever you want to call it, is a little bit below 10. So it's it is a little hard to take a look at Apple and think, oh wow, they kind of seem to have done pretty well with this downturn of 2022, but at the same point, maybe not point, but at the same time, you say, okay, well, Apple's done pretty well with what's gone on. They're still not that far away from their 52-week low, right? If you take a look at what we have here for just their stock, right? The 52-week range is 129 to 182, and you figure 135. I mean, that's only 135, and then 129. Jeez, that's like not even 5% off of their 52-week low. 135 right here. So I don't know. That's I definitely can understand the reality of Michael Burry and his he's an extreme value investor, but at the same time, I don't know. Apple, the biggest company in the world, they're still as big as they are with those gross margins, well above 35%. Year-over-year revenue growth still above 35%, and very close to within literally less than 5% of their 52-week low. I just don't really know if that is his put on Apple is going to really do that much for him. So we'll have to see. But there you go. That is the 13F with Michael Burry and Scion Asset Management and what their holdings are. If you like that, everybody, go ahead and consider giving it a like. It really helps get some of these views out. I come up with a lot of different investment ideas, and also take a look at some analysis. My whole kind of gross profit to market cap has really helped me over the years. Certainly Netflix has taken a big dive, but Netflix was my first and only at this point 100x return investment. Started investing back in them back in 2011 and 2012. They certainly have fallen really hard lately, and I have taken profits, certainly a lot over the years on Netflix, so I don't have too much exposure to them anymore. But at the same time, it really does help me really, take a look at what the different, gross profit levels are, and then also the different valuation numbers of all these different companies. So hopefully you guys like that, everybody. If you want to know, I do have a little bit of a background in investing. First job out of college was Merrill Lynch. Then I did some investment banking after that, and then worked for Sun America in Los Angeles for 3 years. I've been investing in stocks since 1989. Been, part of that whole .com, explosion, and then the bust. And then also was, pretty certainly involved when during the 2008 financial crisis. And then, like I said, everybody, I've done 700 plus short and medium term vacation rentals, all for different properties here in Southern California. I'm going to be coming out with a lot more material and certainly a lot of content on that subject. Okay, everybody, thank you very much. If you have any questions, or if you want to see anything in particular, put it in the comments area. Thank you and have a great day.